We're back to the Draymond drama. Nick, earlier in the show, you said you thought Draymond might not be on the Warriors roster by the end of the year.
Yeah.
The question's this. Do you think the Warriors would be a better team, without Draymond on the roster?
Well, listen, I don't think to be clear, if people weren't watching earlier, I'm not arguing they're going to release him. I think they're going to trade. I think that it is going to be an untenable situation, and they are going to have an out for what would be even more untenable situation, which is having Draymond walk for nothing in the offseason. Opt out of his deal. They don't want to give him a long-term extension, then you get nothing for him. And so I think that they would be a very different team, but I think that Draymond Green plus a piece or two, if it's Kuminga, it probably wouldn't be Wiseman because you'd probably need Wiseman if you got rid of Draymond, but Kuminga and Moody could get you one hell of a haul. And I don't know, I want to be very clear here also, I don't know what star is going to come available, but I do know a star will come available because it happens every year. I also know that this year's very unique in that I think there's going to be such a thirst for Big Vic that there's going to be teams that try to rip it down earlier than they otherwise would. And so I think there's going to be a lot of guys available at the deadline. And so I apologize for not directly answering the question, but I think that I don't think they'd be trading Draymond like, now we can't win the title. I think it would just be a different version of the Warriors, and maybe one that Steve Kerr enjoys coaching a hell of a lot more than I think he's getting ready to enjoy this season.
Well, look, I'll say this, and any of those, and I know this isn't you, but saying they got to trade him now, like, if you're the Warriors, the wise thing to do is see how this thing goes. If a month or two in, one, he's not playing well, because obviously he wasn't great in the playoffs. He played well in spurts. But if he's not playing well, or if the locker room is just jacked up and it's not coming together, I personally think they can get past this. I think Jordan Poole's personality is a big part of that. I think he can move on from this to the degree that you can. So I think they'll be fine as long as he doesn't have another huge incident. They want Draymond to be Draymond to a degree, right? They need that edge, okay? They need him yelling a little bit and doing what he does. He just can't go overboard again, okay? That's the first thing. So I don't think they'll trade him. Secondly, Nick, remember, he has an opt-out after this season. He doesn't have to become a free agent. I'm not sure who's signing up because everyone in the league understands Draymond's best value is to the Warriors. He's great for them. He's not great in most other places because he doesn't. It's just the fit is perfect with the Warriors, not great anywhere else. Who's going to sign up to pay him $28 million next year? Because Draymond may not opt out. He may not opt out.
Team. He's worth $28 million to the Warriors with a familiarity.
But Brew is saying if he gets traded, he can then opt into the last year of his deal, and whoever trades for him is on the hook.
Or he could opt in. Right.
You don't think?
Right. I'm saying
you don't think he could add real value? I'm making to a team like the Pelicans that doesn't know how to win, that is going to struggle on defense, that might need some presence there, and or a team.
Who you giving up for him?
Well, again, I'm of the belief that Ingram and Zion are not going to be the long-term duo there. And so Draymond plus, like I said, one of those young players and a pick, or maybe both the young players, Kuminga and Moody. Draymond, Kuminga, and Moody for Brandon Ingram, I think, is a conversation people have.
Ingram likes the ball in his hands, but you say maybe he's not there.
Yeah.
Zion now is playing with the ball in his hands a lot. So Draymond needs to be a playmaker to have value on offense because we know he can't shoot. So I'm not saying there's nowhere he can help, but I think it's a hard find.
What will be the first sign in your mind that this is not working? Do you think if it doesn't work, what do you think we're going to see? Do you think it's just losing games? Do you think there's a lack of lack of Warriors, joy. Lack of joy?
I think you'll see it in the body language, in the demeanor, and in the effectiveness of the team. It's not going to be based on Draymond's numbers or even effectiveness early, right? If he's bad the first month or two, we may say, okay, but he's going to get it together. But if the demeanor, the body language, the effectiveness of the team together is not there, that's when I think you'll see.
It's going to be weird. I think ring night's going to be weird. I think it's
of course it's going to be weird. And the Warriors, I know they're light years ahead, and I give them massive credit. They've won 4 championships, and so maybe they were right about being light years ahead. Their messaging on this was botched, in my estimation. All of their words and their body language and just the tone of it was somber devastation. And then the penalty is less than, as you pointed out, Wilds, considerably less than he got for hurting Kevin Durant's feelings.
Right.
That's the other element of this that is to me very confused is the wrong word, unknown, is none of us really know Jordan Poole, the guy, right? You've talked to people who know him, but he's a somewhat of an unknown quantity. We certainly don't know Jordan Poole's circle. I'm curious who's around Jordan Poole and what they're saying to him. I know what my friends at Jordan Poole's age would be saying to me. Man, bleep that guy. You're better than him. You need to get your lick back. Like the idea that is not on the board, that there are people around Poole who the Warriors seem to love that are going to be telling him, man, why are you playing with this guy? I don't think it's going away. I just don't think it's going away.
They can make up for it in money.
But he was going to get the money either
contract,
way.
yeah. Maybe give him a tad.
A little more? A little punch bonus?
All right, tad, yeah.
Wilds, you can punch me if Fox gives me an extra million. Yeah.
That's
Anyone
right.
upstage the Bills-Chiefs matchup? We discuss next. First thing